misconception because like the goal of this conversation should be to like progress, right? Like unless you're ladies that you don't want to fucking deal with men at all, then we should talk
Yeah, we
about
don't
that.
want to deal
But
with
if
black men at all.
I
okay,
love all
That's
men
well,
our
and
thing.
not black men, just not
okay.
black men.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see
Well, me
change?
We believe that there
personally,
is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
I think for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like most oppressed. And I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So, with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs to be checked, and there needs to be more because we're no longer looking for accountability from them because they've proven that they will not take accountability. We need the men who set the culture to make them take accountability by exacting some sort of consequence for perpetrating behaviors that are not socially acceptable because you all create the socially acceptable behavior.
Conversation.
Shout out to the Black Squad. Good morning. How are you all doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? That was an interesting conversation, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm sure some of you are shocked at what you just heard. I'm sure some of you are shocked. And there's only one reason why some of you are shocked by what you just heard. And I'm gonna break that down in a minute. However, I think I should open up the conversation by reminding you all that, just the other day, what was that, maybe 2 days ago? About 2 days ago, I dropped the video, Kenyatta Black is officially endorsing SYSBM. And in that 20-minute video, I broke down exactly why I'm now officially endorsing SYSBM, and that black men should date, marry, and procreate exclusively with non-black women, and exactly why that was my new position. So I did that video a couple days ago, and as you all know, whenever I drop a long form video on YouTube, I always promote it on Facebook by copying the link to Facebook and tagging a bunch of people in it, trying to get those people to come over to YouTube and watch the video, right? And there's a lot of people who have been on my Facebook page for years. I mean, years and years. I mean, going back to 2012, 2013. You know what I'm saying? Long before I ever even thought about, trying to build a social media platform, right? And I'm pretty sure that many of those people are surprised by the video I just dropped the other day. But, you know, so far, nobody's come in the comment section, you know, trying to get at me or nothing like that, you know. I think I laid it out. I think I laid it out, you know, fairly well, you know, exactly why that was my new position. And, you know, from a non-emotional, you know, non-biased point of view, there's really no argument, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm pretty sure there's some people who are surprised or even shocked by my new proclamation, right? But for those of you who are shocked by what you heard me say the other day, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a simple question. What's more shocking? What's more shocking? The words you heard me say the other day, or the words you just heard? What's more shocking? What's more shocking? Is it more shocking to hear a black man say, you know what, this situation is not working out? These black women have a disdain for us, little to no respect for us. They refuse to cooperate with us. You know, they're running around the internet constantly telling lies on us. Maybe it's time for us to just go our separate ways and be done with it. That's it. That is the conclusion. Let us go our separate ways and be done with it. But what is the black woman's conclusion? First of all, let's just take a step back here. And it's not hard to figure out who the abuser in the relationship is. It's really not. It's really not hard to figure out who the abuser is. The black man just wants to walk away and be done with it. Did you hear what those black women were saying? They are literally going to other groups of men, trying to see if they can get those groups of men to try to force the black man to do whatever it is the black woman wants him to do. Sounds a lot like slavery, doesn't it? Remember what I said at the very beginning, that there's only one reason why some of you are shocked at what you just heard. It all correlates. Bear with me. Bear with me. And then the other woman took it a step further and said, well, you know, if black men didn't exist, we wouldn't really have a problem with that either. You know what that means? It means she is calling for the mass unalivement. You know, over here on YouTube, we got to make up words sometimes. She is calling for the mass unalivement of black men. It's not hard to figure out who the abuser in a relationship is. You got one person who just wants to walk away. You've got another person who's not satisfied until they see this other person hurt. It's not good enough for us to just go our separate ways. I want to see you in pain. I want to see you hurt. I don't want to see you go on to greener pastures and be happy somewhere else. Oh, hell no. I want you to be hurt. That is the mind of not only an abuser, that is the mind of an evil person. And that's what y'all got in your homes. That's what y'all got laying in your beds. That's what you have raising your children. And you wonder what the problem is. You shouldn't be surprised by this. that conversation shouldn't surprise you. Remember, not too long ago, I'm sure most of you are familiar with a very popular YouTuber by the name of Art Cathy. You know, Art Cathy, you know, she built a pretty large social media following some years ago. I believe she had moved to the Gambia, right? And pretty much her content was centered around her life in Gambia, right? And, you know, Art Cathy went viral several times, or many times. One of the videos that she went viral for was a video where I guess she had finally gotten fed up with her fellow black woman. And in the video was basically a warning to black men. And in that video, Art Cathy was warning black men that, you know, according to her, these are her words, where she said 80% of black women hate black men. Now, nowhere in that video did Art Cathy state what should be the obvious conclusion if that number is accurate. And the obvious conclusion would be, okay, well, that means, you know, black men need to get the hell away from black women. If we are dealing with such a large collective of women who can't stand us and when it's all said and done mean us no good, why should we continue to attempt to have relationships with these women? Relationships of any kind with these women. If you are a black man and you are dealing with a black woman who hates black men in any way, shape, form, or fashion, any type of relationship that you have with this woman is going to be a toxic relationship. Doesn't matter if it's a platonic friendship, doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, doesn't matter if it's a business relationship. If you are dealing with a collective of women who have proven over and over and over again, they hate you, they do not respect you, they don't like you, they're going to do anything they can to compromise you, they're going to do anything they can to sabotage you, why are you still dealing with these women? Other than some sense of obligation to these women. And these days, 9 times out of 10, that sense of obligation comes from the guilt trip that they lay on you. You know, the side eye that they give you when they see you with other groups of women. And the only reason that they're still laying these guilt trips on you and giving you the side eye is because they can't do what you do. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. If they could go out and get other groups of men as easily as you can go out and get other groups of women, they wouldn't even be having these conversations. They wouldn't even be having these conversations. They wouldn't be on the internet talking about how betrayed they feel every time they see a brother with a different race of woman. They wouldn't be accusing you of hating your mama and all this other BS. The reason they say the things they say and give you the looks that they give you and try to lay the guilt trip on you that they lay on you is because they cannot go and get other groups of men to marry them. Notice I said marry them. Yeah, other groups of men will screw them. Other groups of men will screw them, but other groups of men are not marrying them. Out of 100% of the white men in America, for example, just white men, literally only 0.5% of white men are married to black women. Simply put, they don't want black women. And neither do these other groups of men, really. So again, if they could go out and attract, get, and keep other groups of men as easily as we can go out and get other groups of women, this wouldn't even be a conversation. This wouldn't even be a conversation. What she's upset about is the fact that she's left standing there dealing with the mess that she created once you walk out the door and go elsewhere. She doesn't have the ability to go find another man to help her clean up her mess. That's why she's mad. But like I said, man, a lot of you might be shocked at that conversation that you just heard, because don't get me, okay, initially, for maybe the first 20 seconds of the conversation, I myself was a little shocked. But then, I had to remember something. And what I had to remember was that there's a lie. There was a lie that has been told about slavery. There is a lie that's been told about slavery. And that lie that's been told about slavery is, who exactly were the house niggas? Who exactly were the house niggas? You see, there's been a lot of, imagery by way of movies that has led many to believe that the dark-skinned Negroes were the field niggas and the light-skinned Negroes were the house niggas. And that has contributed greatly to a lot of the division between light-skinned black folk and dark-skinned black folk. But what if I told you that this idea that light-skinned Negroes were the house niggas and dark-skinned Negroes were the field niggas was a damn lie? What use would a slave master have for a light-skinned black man in his home? Let's use some common sense. What kind of work gets done in the field or outside versus what kind of work gets done in the house? Outside, you're chopping down sugarcane, chopping down trees, maybe clearing underbrush, maintaining the grounds of the property, right? All sorts of manual labor, physical manual labor. What kind of work gets done inside the house? Cooking, cleaning, folding laundry, tending to children. Woman's work. Woman's work. Not light-skinned work. Woman's work. It's been right there under your nose all this time, black man. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Black women were the house niggas. And as you just heard, still are to this very fucking day. Wake up, man. Wake up, man. You ain't gotta be blind all your life, man. Wake up. Wake up. At this point, man, listen, it's 2025, and at this point, we have literally seen pictures. We have literally seen pictures of black female slaves who worked in the house. Me personally, I can't think of one picture off the top of my head where it was a light-skinned sister. It was all dark-skinned sisters working in the house. It wasn't no light-skinned, dark-skinned thing as far as who the house niggas were and who the field niggas were. Black men were the field niggas. Black women were the house niggas. And who snitched on all the rebellions? House niggas. Whenever somebody was planning an escape and they got snitched on, who was it doing the snitching? House niggas. Who didn't want to leave the plantation because they had a little more of a comfortable situation than everybody else? The house niggas. Who was it that couldn't dream of a better situation than the one that they had? House niggas. Who was it that sold out the black man over and over and over and over again during slavery? House niggas. Now, today, you are confused about who the house nigga actually was during slavery. Which is why they're able to gaslight the hell out of you and manipulate the shit out of you and play in your face. Because you have literally forgotten who the house niggas were. And thanks to, mainly movies, you've been lied to about who the house niggas were. Like I said, man, wake up. Wake up, brothers. Like I said, man, you ain't got to be blind all your life. Wake up. Think about it. What sense would it make? What sense would it make if that were actually the truth? If it were light-skinned Negroes in the house and the dark-skinned Negroes in the field, what sense would it make for light-skinned black men to be in the house doing women's work, and then on the flip side have dark-skinned black women out in the field doing men's work? When obviously, let's just be honest, from a business perspective, if you switch those out, you get more productivity out of dark-skinned black women being in the house and the light-skinned black men being in the field. Come on, just come on. What sense does that make? It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. Black women were the house niggas, and they still are. They still are. To be calling for to sit down with the Klan. To sit down with the Klan and call for the mass unaliving of black men. If that's not a house nigga, I don't know what the hell to tell you, fam. If that's not a house nigga, what is? If that ain't something a house nigga would do, if that ain't something my house nigga would feel comfortable doing, were any of those black women mincing words? Didn't they seem very comfortable having that conversation? Didn't they seem very comfortable with the person they were having that conversation with? So comfortable they had it on the internet for the entire world to see and hear. And you think that's your woman. You think that's your woman. You think she can be reasoned with. You think she can be bargained with. You think you can build something with her. Like I said in that video the other day, at this point, black men continuing to date, marry, and procreate with black women is a form of self-sabotage. You're sabotaging yourself at this point. You're sabotaging yourself at this point because every chance she gets, she shows you who she is. She shows you who she is, and she shows you what she is. She's a goddamn devil. She is a goddamn fork-tongued devil. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder how many black men went to their deaths during slavery, during the Reconstruction era, and during the Jim Crow era because of her. If we have, as you all just heard, if we have black women pillow talking with Klan's members in 2025, you think there wasn't some pillow talking going on during the Jim Crow era? You think there wasn't some pillow talking going on during slavery? How many black men ended up strung from a tree because of some black woman pillow talking with a Klansman? I mean, look around today. How many black men end up in jail? Because, I mean, you know, back then it was the Klan. Today it's the police, right? Back then they sick the Klan on you. Now they pick up the phone and try to sick the police on you with fake false charges. So we can look at it today. How many black men today are in jail now or have been to jail before because of the false accusations of a black woman? Picked up the phone and weaponized the police, attempting to bring some type of harm to a black man. Whether it's after she hangs up that phone, the police show up and physically harm this black man, or worse, take him out, or they just cuff him and take him to jail. Either way, she's satisfied, right? But you think that's your woman. That ain't your woman, dog. That ain't your woman, dog. Not at all. So, yeah, listen. For those of you who watched my video the other day, and for those of you who haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Kenyatta Black is officially endorsing SYSBM. For those of you who saw the video already and you were surprised to hear me saying what I was saying, after hearing the beginning of this video, are you still surprised? Are you still surprised? After hearing the beginning of that video, are you still upset with black men who choose to go elsewhere? You still upset? Or are you going to look black men in the eyes and tell us that we should stick around to deal with that? I wish one of you, I wish one of y'all would come in this goddamn comment section and try to defend what you just heard in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Listen, black men are very vocal these days. You know, for the last 5 to 10 years, black men have grown increasingly vocal. And for all the black male content creators and commentators and listeners and all the various comment sections all across the internet, from YouTube to Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to TikTok, not once have you ever seen, not even a single black man, call for the mass unaliving of black women. With everything that black men have to say, you have never heard nothing like that. Nothing even close to it. Nothing even close to it. I don't think that thought has even crossed a black man's mind. certainly never crossed my mind that all black women should be removed from the earth. What the hell? I mean, the things black women say out loud, bruh. The things y'all say out loud. Wow. If I wasn't 100% sure the other day when I did that video, I am certainly 100% sure today. Black men, you need to get the hell away from black women. Do not date them, do not marry them, and do not procreate with them. Go ahead, get you a Becky, get you a Maria, get you a Ling Ling, a Marrakesh. Like I said the other night, anything is better than Keisha. Any damn thing is better than Keisha. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And that's the best thing we could do. That is the best thing we could do. The best thing we could do is separate ourselves from them as much as possible. And the more we separate ourselves from them as much as possible, a number of things are going to happen. A number of lies are going to be exposed. You know, this lie that black men don't take care of their children. That lie that lie has already been exposed. The problem is black women still keep trying to tell the lie anyway. Right? They just refuse to let go of that lie. They refuse to let that lie go. You know, it's just, there's something about that lie in particular that black women clearly feel as though they benefit by telling. You know, and I wonder if it has something to do with all the SNAP benefits and Section 8 and the welfare, all the fucking handouts they get from the government. You know, because if black men are taking care of their children, then it kind of makes black women look like lazy pieces of shit. If you've got these men taking care of their children, but you're still receiving all these government handouts, pretending that these men are not taking care of their children. Just a theory. Just a theory. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it's a theory. Because there's something about that lie in particular that black women refuse to stop telling the lie, even though the lie has been exposed with statistics. The CDC exposed that fucking lie. But black women still keep telling it. But yeah, man, you know, I just wanted to share that with y'all because that is definitely something that black men need to be aware of. This woman is your enemy. This woman is your enemy. And she is a very dangerous enemy because she's not satisfied. She's not satisfied with being an enemy at the gates. She's not an enemy at the gates. She's an enemy in your bed. She's an enemy in your bed. And again, the only reason she's in your bed is because no other man will have her, for the most part. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in. A whole lot of these sisters are looking at the black men that they're with, wishing that those black men, wishing that they could replace those black men with other races of men. You have any idea what kind of resentment has been building and building and building inside that black woman for decades, as she's had to sit back and watch black men be successful in dating and marrying interracially? Do you have any idea how much it must piss her off to hear that according to the internet, black men are the second most desired men on the planet, but the black woman is the least desired woman on the planet? You have any idea how much that pisses her off? You have any idea how much it pisses her off that she's been running around telling this lie about the black man being broke? But we live in the age of internet and information, and the whole country can see that out of all the demographics, based on race and gender, black men are number 4 on the list of yearly income, but black women are number 7 on the list. She's the one who's fucking broke. She's the one who's fucking broke. Keisha is fucking broke. Not Jermaine. Jermaine ain't broke. Jermaine ain't broke at all. Jermaine is doing very well. Jermaine just passed Becky on that list. Because Becky was ahead of Jermaine for a long time. Jermaine just passed Becky. Yeah, Jermaine is progressing. Keisha is falling behind. You have any idea, black man, how much it pisses her off? Okay, this chick about to fuck up my audio. Got the one of the maintenance workers. I guess they getting up and at it early this morning, and she's wheeling like a garbage can down this way, making all kind of noise. I ain't want that shit all in the background fucking up my video. Fuck out of here. I understand you got a job to do, lady, but you can't fuck up my video now. You can't fuck up my video, fam. Do you have any idea how much that pisses her off? It pisses her off so much, black man. She wants you to die. You wasn't expecting. What did you just hear at the beginning of the video? What did you just hear at the beginning of the video? She wants you to die. She wants you to fucking die. If black men didn't exist anymore, we'd be all right with that. God damn, man. That garbage can is loud as fuck. She's down at about the end of the block now, and I can still hear it. It almost sounds like she's right behind my fucking car. I think the coast is clear now, though. Yeah, she went around the corner. She wants you to die, black man. That's how much all this disdain and resentment that she has for you has just been building and building and building and building for decades. And it's now come to a point where she is bold enough and comfortable enough to sit down and have a conversation with the Klan about what they might be able to do about you. And, you know, understand what that means. Understand what that means, because now what can be said is, well, there must be something wrong. Their own women say that they're dangerous. Their own women say that they're degenerate. Their own women are saying this and saying that about them. I mean, it's not that we're racist or anything. We were just trying to help. You think that black woman don't know what she's doing? She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. But like I said, you know, the simple solution, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Get the hell away from her. Get the hell away from her. Don't date her. Don't marry her. Do not procreate with her. If you can avoid her at every turn, if you can avoid her every which way possible in your life, do so. I mean, we might even get to a point where we have to distance ourselves from family members. It might even come to that point. It might even come to that point. Listen, man, I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. As always, shout out to the Black Squad. Until next time, and there will be a next time, remember, bands will make them dance, but these hands will change your face. Deuces.